way for this intermediate steeplechase. Heading towards the first of the 18 fences. Leading group safely over, and at the back, Trivial in the yellow colours, the last to clear it. So making their way then towards the second. They begin to settle down. It's the red cap and Triple Eves. Leading them as they make their way towards fence number 2. Just coming to it now. Triple Eves, Holcombe Harriers, Davy Ladd, all right, Bonnie Lass. Behind us was Jarvan on the outside, and then the yellow jacket of Trivial as they all clear the second. Taking the turn now towards the judge. We're just over 2 complete circuits of the course to go, and it's Triple Eves.
Whoa! That's fine, that's fine, that's fine.
It's qualified.
That's fine.
The green to white outside. It's behind us one Trivial in the yellow. Jarvan to make their way towards three. And then Jarvan man as the sixth of them make their way towards the last of this straight. All safely over it, swinging left-handed now towards the 2 fences on the far side of the course, fences 6 and 7. And Triple Eves continuing to take them along with Holcombe Harriers and a gap then of some 10 or 12 lengths to Trivial who raced in third. Just on the inside of all right, Bonnie Lass is fourth, Davy Ladd is next. And then Jarvan man as the leader makes his way towards it.
Oh, they have to go, aye.
Whether to go inside or outside the far dial.
As long as Trivial doesn't do this fucking thing.
Make their way around the far dial towards the next and wanting 2 further fences. That is now the leading 2 safely over. Trivial jumps in third, all right, Bonnie Lass, Davy Ladd and Jarvan man. The next fence, fence number 7, quickly upon them. The leading 3 safely over. And the 3 at the back, all right, Bonnie Lass, Jarvan and Davy Ladd likewise. Continuing to swing left-handed then towards the ditch for the first time. And it's Triple Eves in the red cap, continuing to lead by 3 or 4 lengths. From Trivial on the inside of the Holcombe Harriers on the outer. A gap then to all right, Bonnie Lass in the blue. Davy Ladd is in 5th spot, and then Jarvan man. Continuing then to make their way along the back straight, come back towards us. This is the ditch. To make their way towards the Triple Eves, Holcombe Harriers, Trivial, all right, Bonnie Lass, Davy Ladd and Jarvan man. The 6 of them safely over that one and making their way past the start. They've done a complete circuit, and it's Triple Eves and Clive Mulhall taking them along, 4 to 5 clear. After Trivial, Holcombe Harriers losing ground at the back. With Hannah Kinsey on board, the leading 5, now 8 to 10 lengths clear of Holcombe Harriers. Past the start then, this was the first, the leading 5 safely over. Holcombe Harriers in fact being pulled up by Hannah Kinsey. So it's Triple Eves continuing to take them along under Clive Mulhall. From Jarvan man who's made ground up in the second, Trivial on the inside, Davy Ladd in the green on the outer, and then all right, Bonnie Lass as they approach all to the last one and completed another circuit. 5 remaining on a safely over.
I'm worried about.
Leading 10 of the 18 fences. They take the turn towards the
they have to get bonded.
a complete circuit of the course to go. Triple Eves in the red cap on the outside. Triple Eves from Trivial, all right, Bonnie Lass on the inner. Davy Ladd is next. And then on the right outside, Jarvan man. Straight past the judge. A complete circuit of the course to go, and this was the 11th of the 18. Trivial on the inside, leads at that one from Triple Eves on the outer in the red. Jarvan man in between these 2. 2 lengths back then to Davy Ladd, and the further couple of lengths to all right, Bonnie Lass at the next. 3 together at that, Triple Eves on the outside, Jarvan man in the middle, and Trivial on the inner. The pace beginning to quicken as they head towards the last in this straight. The 5 of them safely over, beginning to swing left-handed now to make their way towards fences 14 and 15 out in the far corner of the course, and it's Trivial in the yellow colours who now makes it with Rapple Bowman on board. Trivial from all right, Bonnie Lass, Jarvan man who's in the third. On the outside is Triple Eves, and the length back then to the green jacket of Davy Ladd. Trivial then continuing to take them along round the far dial before swinging left-handed to approach the 14th. And a As they do so, Trivial continue. The right bunny last goes up on the inside. No lot separating the field of 5. David Ladd at the back. And Trivial taking them away from this towards the next fence, which comes quickly upon them. Trivial in the yellow, joined now by Java Man. Triple Eves races in 3rd. All right bunny last 4th. And then David Ladd some 15 and 20 lengths behind the rest as they make this far turn. Trivial then continues to lead now under Ronald Morgan from Jarverman and Gareth Thomas racing in 2nd. Gareth Thomas, a winner of Eton up last weekend on the Crooked Oak. On the inside of these is Triple E's the early leader. 2 lengths back then to All Right Ronnie Lass and 10 or 12 then to Davy Ladd. Straightening then towards the open ditch for the last time. Jarverman on the outside, Trivial on the inner. Triple E's between the two. Made them more or less together with that All Right Ronnie Lass. Only a length or so behind. And then Davy Ladd, Davy John, some 15 and 20 lengths behind the leading 4. Heading then past the start, they've got 2 fences to go. The pace continuing to quicken, and it's Trivial on the inside now, joined by All Right Bonnie Lass. Trivial, All Right Bonnie Lass, as they make their way towards the second from home. At this one, Trivial on the inside, All Right Bonnie Lass goes up and takes the lead of that one. Jarvan and Gareth Thomas on board. David Johnson. Go on, you beauty. 3 remaining as they make their way towards the last. Trivial, All Right Bonnie Lass. And then Triple E. That's the final 10. Trivial on the outside. All Right Bonnie Lass.
Come run out. No matter listening. Good, my cockle! Hey, my cockle! Right home now. Fucking home.
Cheer him in. That's how it is.
Oh man!
Keith will know what I stand next to his video again.
Here we go again. What's the coming for?
Enjoy that. White flag is up. They're under starters orders, just coming into line. 4 runners, Soundstrong, Shinballymore, Dunstan Ace. And there are 4 disconfined. 2 of them very slowly away. Dunstan Ace and Tadaro Ferry lead the start some 20 lengths behind the leading pair. Heading towards the first, Soundstrong and Shinballymore. Clear it now. Just coming to it now, Tadaro Ferry on the outside of Dunstan Ace. But the 4 of them safely over the first, making their way towards the second of these 18 fences in this 3 1/4 mile race, as they make their way towards what will be the last when they completed 2 more circuits. Soundstrong on the outside of Shinballymore. Tadaro Ferry and Dunstan Ace have made up a lot of ground and are now almost up with the leading 2. Round the bend then, 2 circuits to go. Soundstrong on the inside taking them along, Tadaro Ferry going wide. Soundstrong on the inner, Tadaro Ferry on the inside of these, Shinballymore. And just a length or so behind this one, Dunstan Ace with John Barlow on board. Round the dial, and 2 complete circuits of the course to go as they head on towards fence number 3, with Soundstrong and Nick Bannister taking them along. This one formerly in the David Nicholson yard. Soundstrong, market leader here today, leads at this one just by half a length or so from Tadaro Ferry in the red colours on the outside. On the inside then, Shinballymore, and 3 lengths behind these, Dunstan Ace. At the next, all the 4 of them safely over. So continuing towards the last in the straight as they make their way away from us, it's Soundstrong on the inside of Tadaro Ferry. These 2 lengths clear of Shinballymore and Raymond Owen racing in 3rd, and then Dunstan Ace and John Barlow. The 4 of them swinging left-handed then towards the 2 fences out in the far corner of the course. They are not changing a lot. Soundstrong in the dark colours, 2 or 3 lengths clear of Shinballymore, racing in 2nd. Shinballymore, the winner of the members race at the Flint and Denby meeting at Eton Hall last weekend, racing in 2nd. Tadaro Ferry in the red colours on the outside, and then 2 lengths back to Dunstan Ace. Making their way then towards the next, the first of the 2 out in the far corner. Sounds forecast, Tadaro Ferry, Shinballymore and Dunstan Ace safely over that one. The next comes quickly upon them, Sound Strong, Tadaro Ferry, Shinballymore, Dunstan Ace. The four of them safely over. Now they swing left-handed to make their way towards the 8th, which is the open ditch for the first time. With Sound Strong and Nick Bannister continuing to take them along. Upsides this one is Tadaro Ferry and Gareth Thomas on the outside. 3 back then to Shinballymore, Raymond Owen, and a further length to Dunstan Ace. So the 2 that got left behind at the start have quickly made up the ground. Tadaro Ferry now disputing the lead with Sound Strong as they head towards the ditch for the first time. It's Tadaro Ferry then on the outside of Sound Strong at the open ditch. Coming to it now, Sound Strong, Tadaro Ferry, Shinballymore, and then Dunstan Ace. They're all safely over the ditch, making their way past the point where it all began. Got 2 fences on this circuit and then 1 more complete circuit to go in this confined, which they're going for the Redbridge Book Cloth Company Challenge Cup. This is a perpetual challenge trophy. Past the start into what was the first, Tadaro Ferry in the red, Sound Strong in the dark colours, together at that. Shinballymore 2 lengths back in 3rd, and then Dunstan Ace. Heading towards the next then. They all are not changing a lot. Tadaro Ferry in the red, a length clear of Sound Strong, 2 clear of Shinballymore, and 3 or 4 clear of Dunstan Ace at what will be the last when they've completed another circuit. So that's fence number 10 of the 18. They now swing left-handed to make their way past the judge for the last time with a complete circuit of the course to go. On the outside it's Tadaro Ferry. This one a good stayer, second in the Grimthorpe Gold Cup last season. On the outside in the red colours, Sound Strong now just pokes his nose in front by a length or so as they pass the judge. Sound Strong, Tadaro Ferry, Shinballymore, and then 8 or 10 lengths back to Dunstan Ace as they make their way towards the first in the straight. The leading 3 safely over and Dunstan Ace, the pace quickening as they make their way away from the cars. 2 fences in the straight before they swing left-handed towards the 2 on the far corner of the course. The leading 3 safely over and Dunstan Ace. So it Sounds Strong then the market leader with Nick Bannister on board, taking them along on the inside from Tadaro Ferry in the red on the outer, Shinballymore a length back between the 2, and then Dunstan Ace as they make their way left-handed towards the 2 in the far corner of the course. They've completed 13 of the 18 fences, heading towards the 14th, and it's Shinballymore and Raymond Owen who've now just taken the inside berth. Sound Strong on the outer, Tadaro Ferry in the red colours continues in 3rd, and then Dunstan Ace. Heading towards the furthest point of the course then for the last time, Sound Strong, Shinballymore, Tadaro Ferry, a gap then to Dunstan Ace as they make their way towards the next. The leading 3 safely over and Dunstan Ace likewise. On a long run towards the next. Sound Strong takes the inside lane, takes the shortest way round. Sound Strong, Shinballymore, Tadaro Ferry and Dunstan Ace as they make their way left-handed towards the open ditch for the last time. 3 fences to go then. The ditch is the 16th of the 18 fences. Sound Strong and Nick Bannister led almost from the start by 2 from Tadaro Ferry, Gareth Thomas. Shinballymore on the inside of this one, a gap of 4 or 5 lengths then to Dunstan Ace, who's just beginning to feel the pace as the leaders make their way towards the open ditch for the last time. Sound Strong then, the market favourite, money on favourite, comes to the ditch, 4 or 5 clear of Shinballymore. Just on the outside of this one, Tadaro Ferry, and as they make their way towards the second last, it's Sound Strong and Nick Bannister continuing to take them along, increasing the lead a little if anything from Shinballymore. These 2 are in fact drawing clear of Tadaro Ferry and Dunstan Ace as they make their way past the start and on towards the second last. Sound Strong then and Shinballymore actually coming back as they make their way towards the second last, almost upsides of that one. Dunstan Ace pecks on landing Tadaro Ferry on the run to the final fence. It's Sound Strong on the inside, Shinballymore and Raymond Owen on the outside. It's Dunstan Ace and Tadaro Ferry some 20 lengths back. At the final fence, Sound Strong on the inner, Shinballymore on the outside. Sound Strong's going to have the advantage of the final bend. Dunstan Ace jumps it in 3rd, then Tadaro Ferry and Gareth Thomas almost parted company now. On the run of the line, round the final bend, it's Sound Strong and Nick Bannister. Going to take this confined, Shinballymore and Raymond Owen coming on the outside. Shinballymore's going to take the confined. Shinballymore, Sound Strong, just coming towards the line now, Dunstan Ace and Tadaro Ferry.
You know it better, Holcombe Harriers.
Orders for this Tyre Tech Ladies Open, and they're off. For the Tyre Tech Ladies Open, 5 runners heading towards the first of the 18 fences. River Mandate, the first to show, from See You Always, Stag Fort, and then a couple of lengths back to Nosmo King, and 2 or 3 more to Ifarfa Beach. 5 of them then safely over the first, heading towards what will be the last fence when they've completed 2 more circuits. Just coming to it now. Stag Fort leads at this one, See You Always, River Mandate, and then towards the rear, Nosmo King and Ifarfa Beach. Round the bend then, 2 circuits to go. Stag Fort leads them all, taking them along with Victoria Stubbs on board. 3rd ride for Victoria Stubbs. Stag Fort also the winner of the Best Turned Out Award in this race. Leads on the outside from See You Always, the red cap on the inner. 3 or 4 lengths back then to Nosmo King in the red jacket. On the outside of Nosmo King is River Mandate, and then 2 lengths back behind these to Ifarfa Beach. Heading towards the first in the straight then as they make their way away from us. The leaders 4 safely over, and Ifarfa Beach bringing up the rear. Ifarfa Beach with Rachel Barrow on board. Rachel racing secretary for Luca Kamani at Newmarket. Brings up the rear as the leaders skip over the middle of the 3 fences. Towards the last then in the straight, going away from us, Stag Fort on the outside of Victoria Stubbs. A length clear of See You Always on the inner in the red cross belts. 4 or 5 back then to Nosmo King. 3 back to River Mandate, and then a gap to Ifarfa Beach as they make their way towards the 2 fences out in the far corner of the course. Cleared 5 then, they're heading towards the 6th of the 18 fences with about a circuit and a half to go, and See You Always, and Alison Price has now taken it up. Alison Price works in Carry Forge Yard at Tarpley in Cheshire. Leads on the inside from Stag Fort and Victoria Stubbs. 4 or 5 lengths back then to Nosmo King, 2 back to River Mandate, and a further 3 or 4 to Ifarfa Beach. They're all safely over that. Ifarfa Beach lost a little ground at that fence. The leaders have reached the next. Stag Fort, See You Always, Nosmo King, River Mandate, and finally Ifarfa Beach. The 5 of them safely over fence 7 in the furthest corner. They're now swinging left-handed. Quite a long run towards the open ditch for the first time. And Stag Fort in the blue colours continues to make it with See You Always. A gap then of 8 or 10 lengths to River Mandate. River Mandate formerly raced in the famous Arkle colours, now owned by Flora Barnett, who is the daughter of Charlie, the Supremo of Aintree, and next week the Grand National will of course be run. Behind this one on the inside is Nosmo King, and then 3 or 4 back to Ifarfa Beach as they skip over the open ditch. Heading towards the start then, they've got 2 fences on this circuit and then 1 more complete circuit to go, and Stag Fort continuing to take them along by a couple of lengths from See You Always. 8 or 10 back then to Nosmo King, 2 back to River Mandate, and then another 5 to Ifarfa Beach as they make their way past the start. Heading towards the next one, this was the first, Stag Fort, See You Always, just 2 or 3 clear now of Nosmo King. River Mandate moves up on the inside of Nosmo King to take closer order in 3rd, and then a gap of 10 or 15 lengths to the outside of the 5, and that's Ifarfa Beach. This will be the last, and there could be 1 more circuit. Stag Fort, See You Always, River Mandate, and Nosmo King. And looking back, we can see Ifarfa Beach just coming to it now and clearing it. The leaders, however, make their way round this tight left-handed bend, and it's Stag Fort in the dark blue colours. River Mandate, King 4, handle on board. Fortunately injured, racing lap. Been pulled up. For the first.
No, he's talking in here.
King as the 4 of them make their way towards the furthest 2 fences. See You Always, Stag Fort in fact a length clear of See You Always as they make their way away from us. River Mandate moving up on the inside under Tessa Clark, and then 4 or 5 back to Nosmo King. Continuing round this long run towards the 2 fences on the far side of the course, fences 14 and 15, and as they head towards it, it's River Mandate who's gone on. River Mandate just on the inside with Stakefort. At the next one, Stakefort now pushes clear. Stakefort by a length or so from River Mandate, and they're 5 or 6 clear now of See You Always and Nosmo King as they make their way towards the last in the far corner. They're all safely over. The next one is the open ditch for the last time, and Stakefort and Victoria Stubbs continuing to make it. 2 or 3 clear now of River Mandate and Tessa Clark. Alison Price in 3rd spot and See You Always, and then a gap of 8 or 10 to Nosmo King. They're straightening to approach the open ditch for the last time. They've got 3 fences to go. Stakefort and Victoria Stubbs going for home, but Tessa Clark and River Mandate not losing go. A gap then of 4 or 5 to See You Always, and a further gap to Nosmo King as they approach the open ditch. Stakefort then is going to reach it first. Comes to it now. Stakefort on the outside, just half a length or so clear of River Mandate and Tessa Clark. Tessa Clark, the winner of the members at the WW Wins meeting last season, looking for another win here today, now takes it up on the inside as they make their way towards the second last. So it's River Mandate on the inner, Stakefort a length behind, See You Always 8 or 10 back, and then a further gap to Nosmo King as they pass the start with 2 fences to go. River Mandate then coming to the second last, a length clear of Stakefort. In fact, they're together at that one. Stakefort's not giving up. Alison Price almost comes unshipped from See You Always, but gets away with it. Nosmo King continuing on in 4th. At the run to the final fence, it's River Mandate who's got the inside berth from Stakefort on the outer. They're coming to it now. River Mandate and Stakefort together. River Mandate might have the advantage of the bend, but it's Stakefort going on again under Victoria Stubbs. Nosmo King's got that one. They're under the final bend. It's Stakefort in the blue with Victoria Stubbs on board. River Mandate and Tessa Clark coming through on the inside. See You Always racing in front on the river line. Stakefort and River Mandate. Stakefort will take the ladies. Stakefort and River Mandate will leave that one to the judge. See You Always runs on into 3rd, and these are the only 3 finishers.
Well done.
Stakefort.
Coming by, and there are 4 the men's open, which are going for the Holcombe Members Challenge Trophy. 4 runners heading towards the first of the 18 fences. Weak Moment, the 2 greys at the head of affairs. Weak Moment of Vicosa, Rebel King on the outside, and then Larks Hill bringing up the rear with John Barlow on board. So heading towards the second of the 18 fences. And as they do so, it's the grey Vicosa who goes into the lead with Simon Pryor on board. Vicosa, Weak Moment, Rebel King and Larks Hill. Round the turn then, 2 complete circuits of the course to go, and Vicosa leading them along. Vicosa running in the same colours as Mr. Tittle Tattle, who won this race 3 years on the run in the mid-90s for Arthur Shone. Vicosa got Simon Pryor on board today. Leaves them past the judge from Weak Moment in second under Alistair Crowe. Rebel King takes the outside line, and then Lark Hill on the inner with John Barlow. 2 circuits to go then towards the next. The first in the straight leading away from the car park. It's Vicosa on the inside, Weak Moment, Larks Hill and Rebel King. Not a lot to choose between the 4 as they make their way out into the country for the first time. So almost 2 circuits to go. Continuing towards the second. Larks Hill the first to rise at that one from Weak Moment on the outside. Weak Moment, a winner twice already this season at Eaton Hall and at Albraham. This one owned by Mr. and Mrs. Ian Hollows. They're all safely over that one. Larks Hill almost parted company with a jockey at that, but the 4 of them making their way around the bend towards the 2 fences in the furthest corner of the course. Vicosa, Larks Hill, Weak Moment on the outside, and then Rebel King. Weak Moment owned by Mr. and Mrs. Ian Hollows. Ian, one of the masters, or the master of the North Shropshire Hunt. The runners making their way away from us towards the furthest point of the course. Larks Hill, Vicosa, Rebel King and the grey Weak Moment. Continue to take the turn. This is the 6th of the 18. They're just coming to it now. Vicosa, Rebel King, at the back Weak Moment and Larks Hill. Heading towards the next. Larks Hill on the outside. Larks Hill leads at that one. from Vicosa, Rebel King and Weak Moment as they make their way left-handed towards the open ditch. Quite a long run to the ditch then, and it's Larks Hill and John Barlow on the outside by a length from the grey Vicosa racing in second. 3 lengths back then to the other grey Weak Moment in the green colours in third. And then on the inside of this one, Rebel King and Gareth Thomas racing in fourth. Making their way then towards the ditch for the first time. Larks Hill then continues in front from Vicosa. Weak Moment on the outside and Rebel King. Just coming to it now, Larks Hill by a couple of lengths and Vicosa in second. Larks Hill jumps it, Vicosa in second, Weak Moment in third, and Rebel King on the inside in fourth spot. Rebel King, a winning chaser a couple of years ago, continues in fourth under Gareth Thomas as the leaders make their way towards what was the start. Vicosa then continuing in front, this one formerly with the Robert Allen stable, leads some Weak Moment who's come up into second on the outside. Larks Hill continues in third and a length back to Rebel King in fourth as they meet what was the first on the first circuit. They're all safely over that one. Vicosa continuing in front under Simon Pryor. Larks Hill in second. Weak Moment on the outside of this one races in third, and then Rebel King. Only 4 or 5 lengths separating the 4 of them as they approach what will be the last when they've completed one more circuit. They're all safely over that one. Weak Moment just gets a reminder after that from Alistair Crowe. Now round this sharp left-hand bend towards the judge and onto the final circuit. Vicosa then continues in front on the inside of the red colours, now being joined by Weak Moment. The inside just behind these is Larks Hill, and then 2 lengths back on the outside to Rebel King as the leaders turn towards the final circuit. 3 fences in the straight then before they make the turn towards the fences on the far side of the course, and it's Vicosa with Simon Pryor, Larks Hill on the inside. Weak Moment goes up on the third spot, and then Rebel King. Rebel King also getting the odd reminder from Gareth Thomas as they make their way away from the cars. Up the next, it's Larks Hill on the inside, Vicosa, 1 and 2, Weak Moment in third, and then Rebel King. They make their way towards the last in the straight. Larks Hill and Vicosa together at that, 2 clear of Weak Moment, and this one a couple of lengths clear of Rebel King as they swing the turn towards fences 14 and 15. So they've got 5 fences to go, 2 in the far corner and 3 in the back straight, as Larks Hill continues to make it by a length and a half to 2 from Vicosa racing in second. Simon Pryor just having a quick look round, sees Alistair Crowe on the inside and Weak Moment just a length or so back in third, and then 2 or 3 lengths back to Rebel King. Round the dull towards fence 14, Larks Hill continuing in front with Vicosa. At the next fence, Larks Hill, Vicosa, Weak Moment and then Rebel King. The next fence quickly upon them, this is the 15th. After this they swing left-handed to come back towards us. They're all safely over it. Turning left-handed now to approach the open ditch for the last time. The pace quickening, Vicosa in the red goes on now by a length or so from Larks Hill racing in second. Weak Moment's a length back in third, and then 2 lengths back to Rebel King, who continues in fourth. Straightening on the run towards the ditch then, Vicosa and Simon Pryor on the inside. Larks Hill is next to this one. Weak Moment's going up on the outer. Rebel King 3 lengths back in fourth as they turn to straighten up to make their way in towards the open ditch. Heading towards it then, it's Vicosa and Weak Moment, 1 and 2, just coming to it now, together at that, the 2 greys. Larks Hill jumps it in third, and 2 back then to Rebel King, who jumps it in fourth. So they've got 2 fences to go. Vicosa just getting the odd reminder from Simon Pryor as Weak Moment goes a length clear under Alistair Crowe. Heading towards the second last then, Weak Moment, Vicosa, then a gap of 8 or 10 lengths to Larks Hill and Rebel King as they pass the start and on towards the second last. They reach it now, Weak Moment, Vicosa. Vicosa hasn't finished yet, 3 or 4 back to Larks Hill and a length back to Rebel King on the outside, and on the run towards the final fence in this men's open steeplechase. It's the grey, Weak Moment under Alistair Crowe, 2 clear of the other grey, Vicosa and Simon Pryor. Up the last, Weak Moment and Vicosa. This is going to be close. Larks Hill and Rebel King third and fourth on the run towards the final bend. Vicosa's got the inside line and Weak Moment on the outside. On the run towards the line, it's Vicosa and Weak Moment. This is going to be close. Vicosa in the red, Weak Moment in the grey on the run line. Vicosa and Weak Moment, Vicosa, Weak Moment. Rebel King comes over the line next, and then Larks Hill.
Oh, you look good.
Annoyed.
100 orders on their way for this Mares Club Championship race. 5 runners then heading towards the first of these 18 fences. At the first, they're all safely over. Swiftly Supreme bringing up the rear. Towards the second then, Ella Falls and Mike Withington on the inside from All Right Pet. Bull Irene races along in third. 3 lengths back then to No Problem Jack, and then Swiftly Supreme as they reach the next. This is the second, be the last when they've completed 2 more circuits. 5 runners safely over it in this Mares Club Championship race, currently sponsored by Marsh UK Limited and the Thoroughbred Breeders Association. Round the bend then towards the judge for the first time, with 2 complete circuits of the course to go, and it's Ella Falls and Mike Withington, a winner twice already this season at Market Raisin and at Hutton Rugby. Ella Falls leads them. Tight rein by Mike Withington, an All Right Pet on the outside. Wide of these, the grey is Bold Irene. 3 lengths back then to No Problem Jack and Swiftly Supreme as they reach the first in the straight, going away from the car park. The 5 of them safely over that one. As they head towards the middle of the 3 fences, All Right Pet, Ella Falls, Bold Irene, more or less together at that. Just half a length or so back to Swiftly Supreme, and then the red jacket of No Problem Jack and Laura Hislop. Over the next, the 5 of them skip over that one, and now make their long journey towards the 2 fences out on the far corner of the course. With All Right Pet on the inside of Ella Falls. Ella Falls now in fact just going on by a couple of lengths. All Right Pet continuing in second. No Problem Jack is third in the red colours. Outside this one, Bold Irene in the green. And then Swiftly Supreme. And this one normally a front runner, now just being pushed up by, or going up under Tristan Davidson. 5 of them round the turn towards the 2 fences out in the far corner of the course. And it's Ella Falls and Michael Worthington continuing in front from All Right Pet. They're all safely over. Ella Falls, All Right Pet, Swiftly Supreme at the next. Bull Irene in the green on the outside. And then the red colours of No Problem Jack. Taking the turn then, on the way to the open ditch, fence number 8 for the first time. And as they do so, it's Ella Falls continuing in front in the green and yellow quartered colours. Just going up on the outside of this one is Swiftly Supreme. Bull Irene, the grey, on the outside of All Right Pet. And then 3 or 4 lengths back to No Problem Jack. Heading towards the ditch, Swiftly Supreme and Ella Falls are going to be the first to get to it. Together, Mike Worthington calls a cab, gets away with it. They make their way away from it. It's Ella Falls in the yellow and green quarters on the inside. Swiftly Supreme just on the outside of this one. A length back then to Bold Irene. With this one races All Right Pet. And then a gap of 4 or 5 lengths to the red-capped No Problem Jack. The 5 of them are making their way past the start towards what was the first fence. At the head of Ella Falls and Mike Withington have guarded that one. So 4 remaining as they make their way towards the next. Ella Falls has gone at the previous last fence, and as they make their way towards what will be the last when they've completed another circuit, it's All Right Pet, Bold Irene and Swiftly Supreme more or less together at it. No Problem Jack reaches for that one, gets away with it, jockey come unshipped just after that fence. So we've lost No Problem Jack, we've lost Ella Falls at the previous fence, so the 3 remaining runners making their way past the judge with a complete circuit of the course to go. Anyway, in the car park, there was a loose horse in the car park running towards the road. 3 remaining runners then past the judge with a complete circuit of the course to go. All Right Pet in the blue on the inside of Bold Irene, the grey wide. A length back then to the black colours of Swiftly Supreme as they make their way towards the 3 fences going away from the cars. At the head of affairs, All Right Pet on the inside with Bold Irene. 2 back to Swiftly Supreme as the 3 remaining runners make their way out into the country for the last time. At the next, the leading 2 together at it, Swiftly Supreme racing on in third. Richard Nicol having a quick look round on Bold Irene. Richard Nicol with the Nicky Richards yard up in the north here. On Bold Irene continuing in second, but at the head of affairs, All Right Pet continues in front by a length. But Bold Irene in second, and then Swiftly Supreme some 8 or 10 lengths back. All Right Pet then continuing under Luke Morgan, winner already once this season when ridden by Pauline Robson. All Right Pet now is a length and a half to 2 clear of Bold Irene in the green colours, 5 or 6 lengths back then to Swiftly Supreme. They make their way towards the furthest corner of the course with 5 fences left to go It's All Right Pet continuing in front by a length as they head towards it. All Right Pet, Bold Irene. Bold Irene jumps up at that one. Jumping in third spot now, Swiftly Supreme. At the next, All Right Pet and Bold Irene, 1 and 2. All Right Pet going on by a couple of lengths after this one from Bold Irene. Swiftly Supreme now beginning to lose ground under Tristan Davidson. But it's All Right Pet, the odds-on favourite, with Bold Irene 1 and 2. Swiftly Supreme continuing at some 30 or 40 lengths behind the other two, and this distance increasing by the minute. 3 fences to go then. The next is the open ditch for the final time, and it's All Right Pet on the inside with Bold Irene trying hard on the outside to keep up. A long way back then to Swiftly Supreme. At the ditch, All Right Pet just a length clear of Bold Irene, and looking back we can see Swiftly Supreme just coming to it now. Heading towards the start then with 2 fences to go, and it's All Right Pet in the blue colours under Luke Morgan. Bold Irene racing on in second under Richard Neckler. Long way back then to Swiftly Supreme and Tristan Davidson. Past the start then with just 2 fences to go, and it's All Right Pet increasing the lead now, so 8 to 10 lengths clear of Bold Irene. All Right Pet jumps it in the lead. Bold Irene jumps it in second. And looking back, Swiftly Supreme is continuing but a long way back. So in this Mares Cup Championship race, kindly sponsored by Marsh UK Limited and the TBA, it's All Right Pet coming to the last fence under Luke Morgan. 10 or 15 lengths clear of Bold Irene. Up the last, All Right Pet clear. Bold Irene jumps it in second.
Get the door away this time.
Looking back, it looks as if Swiftly Supreme may have fallen the previous fence. On the run of the line, All Right Pet's coming to take this mares only race. All Right Pet takes this one. Bold Irene comes over the line in second, and these would appear to be the only 2 finishers.
Put away.
White flag is up, the runner orders. 10 runners up the start for this maiden. It's coming into line now, Ace is high. It's coming in before the rest, and there are for this maiden race, kindly sponsored by the Royal and Sun Alliance. 10 runners then heading towards the first of these 18 fences. Ace is high pulling out. Ace is high in fact has run out at the first on the far side, and Aurum Quest has refused. So 8 remaining, unless Aurum Quest returns. No, 8 remaining as they make their way towards the second of the 18 fences. Dram Hurler at the head of affairs as they reach the second fence. Dram Hurler, Greenfinch the Grey in the middle. Royal Fling stumbled on landing. Charlie Bella did well to stay in the plate. Just behind Royal Fling is Foxwood Polo, and bringing up the rear, Wishing Ash, as the 8 runners make their way past the judge with 2 complete circuits of the course to go. 8 of the 10 then remaining. The head of affairs, it's Greenfinch and Dram Hurler. Dram Hurler, Greenfinch on the inside of these, the Shy Padre. Tricky Trevor pulling hard on a Hollydello, racing in 4th. The wide outside, Golden Saxon, likewise under Simon Show. Foxwood Polo, Royal Fling, and Wishing Ash as the 8 of them reach the first in the straight going away from the cars. They're all safely over, making their way towards the next, the 4th of these 18 fences. Golden Saxon on the outside with Greenfinch, the 8 safely over. Royal Fling bringing up the rear with Charlie Barlow. Towards the next then, before they turn towards the furthest point of the course, the leaders safely over. At the back, Wishing Ash and Royal Fling. Turning then towards the fences out in the far corner of the course, Dram Hurler, the Shy Padre and Greenfinch the Grey. Foxwood Polo up on the outside with Golden Saxon. Tricky Trevor is next, and just behind Tricky Trevor, Wishing Ash, and behind this one, Royal Fling, as they make their way out towards the furthest point of the course. Golden Saxon giving Simon Stone quite a ride, pulling hard as they make their way towards the furthest 2 fences. Heading towards the 6th then, just turning round the far dial. Dram Hurler, Greenfinch the Grey on the outside. The Shy Padre, Golden Saxon. They all seem to have cleared that one. Royal Fling some 5 or 6 lengths behind the rest as the leaders reach the next one out on the far corner. They're all safely over that one as well. 8 runners then continuing to take the turn as they head towards the next, which is the open ditch. Dram Hurler then taking them along in the blue colours. Some Greenfinch on the outside. Just behind this one is the Shy Padre. Royal Saxon also well there. The red colours of Foxwood Polo, and the green of Wishing Ash. Just behind this one, Tricky Trevor, and finally Royal Fling as the 8 runners make their way round the dial towards the ditch for the first time. Golden Saxon on the outside with Greenfinch the Grey on the inner. Dram Hurler races in third. The Shy Padre also well there. In mid-division is Tricky Trevor. Just behind this one, the red cap of Royal Fling, and Charlie Barlow, who've made a little bit of ground, are now up with the rest of the pack. Heading on then past the start towards the next, and it's Golden Saxon on the outside with Dram Hurler and Greenfinch. Foxwood Polo in the red well there on the outside. The green jacket of Wishing Ash. The Shy Padre on the inner. Behind this one, Tricky Trevor, who has now been relegated to last. The 8 runners then safely clear the next and make their way towards what will be the last when they've completed another circuit. Making their way then towards the 8th of the 10th of the 18 fences, and it's Dram Hurler in the blue colours with the grey Greenfinch on the outside. Wishing Ash well there. They've lost one there. The Shy Padre has gone at that with Jonathan Townsend on board, this one of the market leaders. Jonathan Townsend sitting up as the leaders make their way round the bend towards the judge for the last time. So with a complete circuit of the course to go, it's Dram Hurler with Greenfinch on the outside. Wishing Ash in the green races in third. Tricky Trevor's coming up on the inside in fourth on the Holly Delacour hook. The red colours of Foxwood Polo next. Behind this one, Royal Fling, and then Golden Saxon as the 7 runners head out into the country for the last time. Golden Saxon giving Simon Shown quite a ride. There must be something wrong with the tack. Golden Saxon and Simon Shown actually have come apart at that fence. The 7 runners remaining then towards the next, and as they do, it's the grey Greenfinch on the outside of Dram Hurler. Between horses is Wishing Ash, Foxwood Polo in the red. Behind Foxwood Polo, Tricky Trevor, and then Royal Fling as the 6 remaining runners make their way over the last in the straight and make their way towards the 2 fences out on the far side of the course. Dram Hurler then continuing in front. Ronald Morgan just having a quick look round to see what's behind him as they make their way out towards the 2 fences in the far corner. So it's Dram Hurler who leads then from Tricky Trevor on the inside. Royal Fling making ground under Charlie Barlow in third. Just with this one on the outside, the green jacket is Wishing Ash. The grey Greenfinch well there, and Foxwood Polo now some 2 or 3 lengths off the pace as Dram Hurler reaches the next. So it's Dram Hurler, the 6 of them safely over, with Dram Hurler leading them towards the furthest fence. Dram Hurler then at this one from Wishing Ash. Greenfinch the grey on the outside, they're all safely over. In 4th spot is Tricky Trevor. Royal Fling getting 1 or 2 reminders from Charlie Barlow, and then 10 or 15 lengths back to the red jacket of Foxwood Polo as the leaders make the turn towards the final 3 fences. The next is the open ditch for the last time, and Dram Hurler and Greenfinch making their way towards it. Foxwood Polo being pulled up. So 5 remaining as they head towards the ditch, with Dram Hurler and Ronald Morgan continuing in front, with Greenfinch racing in second. Wishing Ash continues in third, Tricky Trevor 4, and Royal Fling, and these are the only 5 remaining as they clear the ditch. Royal Fling comes over it last, but at the head of affairs, the green jacket of Wishing Ash now going on. 2 or 3 clear of the grey Greenfinch and Dram Hurler. Tricky Trevor got 8 or 10 lengths to make up on these 3, and then Royal Fling as the leaders make their way past the start with 2 fences to go. They do so, it's Wishing Ash in the green, Dram Hurler continuing to just push his nose in front as they reach the next. Dram Hurler, Wishing Ash, Greenfinch, a gap then to Tricky Trevor, a further gap of 5 or 6 lengths to Royal Fling, who clambers over that one. So with 1 fence to go, it's Dram Hurler and Ronald Morgan by 2 or 3 lengths from Wishing Ash and Tristan Davison as they reach the last. Dram Hurler and Wishing Ash. Dram Hurler, Wishing Ash has got it, that one. Leaves Greenfinch in 2nd spot. Tricky Trevor comes over it in 3rd, and it looks as if Royal Fling has been pulled up by Charlie Barlow. Three remaining runners, they make their way round the final bend towards the line. On the way towards the line, it's John Hurley and Ronald Morgan. Another one for the Morgan family. John Hurley's going to make this one. John Hurley first over the line. Just behind this one, the grey-green Finch. Then Tricky Trevor, and these, the only three finishers.